Hey everybody, back with more Shazam gameplay. I haven't been able to put this character down since playing him last weekend and doing that long just breakdown video. I've just been having so much fun revisiting Memory Lane. It's been a blast. I've had tons of fun. He's still I love this character. And so today I thought I'd talk a little bit about something that I probably didn't do enough, but basically follow-up options after you've used a combo ender. So Shazam, you wanted to use two combo enders specifically if you're going for damage. You wanted to either use Herculean Might, which put you about 3 characters away, or you wanted to use Achilles Clutch, which puts you about a character away. And these were basically your ideal distances. You had, you could do whatever you wanted right around here. There's a lot of stuff you could do at that distance. But Achilles Clutch was basically my go-to, and I was pretty strict on that near the end of the game. I would always try to end my combos in Achilles Clutch. So that being said, opponents had really good wake-up options in this game. So Superman, Super Breath was really good. Also his air grab, what was this called? Rising Grab. Just like... Oh, I've revealed the tech. I've revealed the tech already. But Rising Grab was really good. It was a super great deterrent against anti-airs and stuff. It was really fast. Did some damage. Not a lot of damage, but it was quick, and it made it seem like you couldn't challenge him on his wake up. That's where Shazam comes into play. From these distances, Shazam is able to do something. So after Herculean Might, you trade. So I believe it hits for 3% if he doesn't get the full grab, and you're hitting them for 11. So you're coming out on top, and that's after whatever combo damage you just did. Now, it should be noted, as you can see here, the timing's actually pretty tricky. You actually have to use it just deep enough for him to actually get hit. So it's a great trade, but it's harder to pull off than, say, Jump 1. Jump 1 does 5% damage, which is super cool. Plus, it stays out forever. You don't even need to think when you use it. So from that distance, if you end a combo in, say, Herculean Might, let's do it. That might be a little tricky. You just hit them with, 40% damage. You're looking to bop them for more. Well, there you go, 45. You're kind of reset to neutral, not really. But there you go. That's one way to basically make it so that your opponents stop waking up using these really powerful invincible moves. Another cool thing, and something that I should have been doing way back when, is Super Breath. Super Breath was another surprisingly good option. It has a strange hitbox. I'm not doing it now, but if you look, you kind of can't reach all the way, and I think if you it kind of hits above, surprisingly far above him. But regardless, this was another go-to wake-up move for Superman players. But at that distance, when you're using Achilles Clutch, Jump 1 doesn't work as well, right? So is there a better option? Yes, there 100% is. I think you can use Jump 3. You got to be really specific about timing. Maybe you can't. Maybe I'm lying. Okay. So you can't do it there. But if you end with this, you get a free combo punish. So that's super cool. And it's something that as a Shazam player, you would need to know. This will lead to 52% damage. Because of the reset, the unavoidable reset. So as a Shazam player, as I was trying to always end my combos with Achilles Clutch, it turns out that maybe that wasn't the best option for specific characters. Maybe for Superman, I should always have been ending, or thinking about ending it in in Herculean Might, so that I have better options on Wake Up, on his Wake Up to actually stuff. Specifically, that jump 1 is killer. So let's look at somebody who is. This is just kind of funny. So what I should have been doing is I should have been creating profiles in my head about what kind of jump-ins I can do after my 2 preferred combo enders, which are going to get me the most damage and give me the best positioning. And what can the opponent do to sort of counteract these things? I basically this is what I should have been doing when I was playing the game, understanding their wake-up game and understanding how to beat it from those 2 scenarios. So a character like Doomsday, you can't do anything. Literally everything that you try to do gets beat. That was jump 3. That was jump 1. Here's jump 2. Doesn't matter. So if he sees you jumping and he scouts out, Air Snatch will always beat it. Venom. You can beat Venom, but why is he using the forward momentum, the forward Venom, right? If he sees you jumping, he's using upward Venom, and you can't beat that sucker. Not even close. Not with anything. He's completely invincible on the way up. So knowing, and even if we're doing Achilles Clutch distance, whoop, even if we're doing Achilles Clutch distance, we miss, right? Like that's not, if he's determined to use a wake up there, we're just basically resetting to neutral. So it becomes sort of like, what are you doing? Are you like maybe preparing for the wake up? Maybe like what are their options? And how can you beat them? Cool. So that's Doomsday. Doomsday was really difficult to play around. There was an interesting thing where like every character has sort of an invincible wake up. Shazam was really difficult to take out. But Black Adam also had a really great anti-air wake up, lightning cage. It covered sort of his whole body. It lowered his hitbox like crazy, and there wasn't a lot that you could do about it unless you're Shazam, and you get him with Achilles Clutch. Whoop. Let's do Achilles Clutch. So that's lightning cage. Like really solid option, but if you're Shazam, it does 11 damage. It's like a decent chunk. You can trade. And actually, if you're good and you understand the timing, you can trade clean. Oh man. Now that I'm under pressure, I don't know if I'll be able to get. There you go. So there you go, man. Like that is some serious knowledge. And I would assume that most Black Adams believe that they're safe. They are unaware. They're just like, hey, no, I'm going to totally throw this out. This is my invincible wake up. It is great, and their meter burn will friggin' dunk you for tons of damage. But if you're playing Shazam, your jump 3 will beat it. You got to be really tight with your timing. But you could trade and beat it clean. Who else did I want to talk about Bane, who was like one of the worst offenders of just like throwing out the invincible DP, as we all are at times if we have it. Who are we kidding? As you can see, this actually it's tricky. But knowing that means that you can still hit them for a decent amount of damage, especially if they don't get the wake up timing. You're hitting them for 11% into a full combo, which can lead upwards, at least if you're playing Shazam, to roughly like 57% damage. So let's see. Now let's do Bane. So Bane, and his Venom uppercut or whatever he calls it. Um, it was a really, really good move. It hit sort of behind him as well. Um, like, really good move. Shazam actually had multiple options. Venom uppercut, yeah, to dunk on this. He can trade. I believe this is in his favor. Yeah, so that move does 10% damage. Shazam does 11 with the jump 1, or just, excuse me, jump 3, and it's not that difficult to time. If he has armor, that's another story. You're getting armored through and you will get hit. But I believe from this distance, actually from Achilles Clutch distance, okay, everything's good. You can beat this clean. Okay, we're gonna need to do a little bit of work here. There you go. So there's that, and then I think if you execute it just a little more quickly. Yes, you beat it. Like, that is so good. And it's just like, of course they're gonna uppercut, right? Like, of course they are. You're jumping at them. They're Bane. Like, there you go. That is just, it's such a cool thing. And Shazam has this with a lot of characters. He, like, from these specific distances, from Herculean Might distance, as well as Achilles Clutch distance, he has specific things that can beat wake-ups. And it's I love it. I love that about him. And let's do Lobo. I think that's another good example of like the versatility. Lobo's hook charge was such a good wake up attack. It was really invincible. It knocked you out of the sky if you were jumping. Really fast, did a decent amount of damage. But again, let's see, yeah, and it felt like I think when I was playing Lobos, they didn't often use stuff like this, which beat Shazam clean. Like no matter what not this one, spin cycle. So this beats Shazam like easy, no matter what he does. It's a lot like the anti-grab from Doomsday. But I found that a lot of Lobos would use this. They use hook charge. It was really good. Did some decent damage. If you used it after Herculean Might, and you used jump 3, you could get bopped out of the air if you used it too early. Jump 1 wouldn't hit. He would be, yeah. So this was not a great distance to toss Lobo because that was what he was looking for. However, if you were looking for Achilles Clutch, and the correct timing, and apologies for not getting these right away. Maybe it's a little earlier? Whoop. There you go. You beat it. So that was part of the Shazam gameplay that I did not utilize enough. I did not utilize my knowledge of sort of these tactics to beat my opponents. I really didn't. I did not. I just didn't think about it enough, and I was too set in my ways to be doing anything like different. Which is unfortunate. I think this held me back, and it sucks that we're how many years from the death of this game. There's just so much cool stuff. Actually, I think if you wait a tick and then do it, that's how you do it. So there you go. Just some interesting Shazam tech that I thought was really fun and made the character a lot deeper than just, oh, hey, I'm going to command grab. It made a lot of his options cooler. Like, it made playing him and utilizing his opponent's wake ups a lot more fun, and knowing how to blow them up. I think one of the another character that I had a really difficult time. Let's just look at Hawk Girl as like a last example. I had a really difficult time dealing with Hawk Girl's wake ups, specifically her mace charge. It was really not versatile. I mean, it was versatile. It could get her out of a lot of situations, but it was she dodged around. She sort of goes backwards and sort of evades whatever it is you're trying to do. You can trade. You can 100% trade, but you actually lose this trade, and the timing is tricky, right? After Herculean Might, so you lose by 2%. I think this is a little bit better. We actually miss a lot like Lobo. See if we wait a tick and then use it. Okay, so it's still a little tricky. But frankly, I always thought that Hawk Girls, they had no problem just doing this. They would just use this move. So if you end there, you beat it clean. So from Achilles Clutch, jump 1 is suddenly a really good option. Because you can knock them out of mace charge. And it's easy. It's like really easy. So this is just sort of a taste of the tech that I never thought was fully realized. Pro players may have been making a lot more use of this than I had. I have no doubt they did. But for beating a wake up with jump 1 or jump 3, you get 57%. That's incredible. So there you go. I think Shazam is still awesome, and he has a lot of cool tech that probably wasn't explored enough because nobody played him. But there you go. This is how Shazam beats wake ups after his 2 prime combo enters Herculean Might and Achilles Clutch. Get dunked, bird. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know I enjoyed talking about Shazam again. And that's it. See you later.